Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM, and we're taking a look at the current state of the Hume Football League. And joining me on the line is the president, Phil Bouffler. Great to be back with you, Phil. How are you?
Well, thanks, Alice. How are you going? Nice day in the Riverina, a little bit of wind. Had a couple of days at Henny, caught up with the Flow man, and Tuesday was pretty hot over there, but I think, so it's cooled down a little bit, and couldn't have had a light frost last night, which wouldn't have been helpful, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
Most definitely. 60-year anniversary of the Henty Field Days. How was it, Phil?
Yeah, good. There was a good-sized crowd, and I had my son, his wife, and their two little kids, so I had a pretty busy day. See, the young bloke's only 1.5, and he was off and racing. He wanted to get into every machine known to man, so it was a pretty big day.
Fantastic. Well, Phil, let's take a look at the grand finals that we've got to look forward to this weekend in the Hume Football League. We'll just take quick stock of some of the other grades. So we'll start with the under 14. So in our grand final, we've got Howlong and Lockhart going at it, and this is after the preliminary final, which saw Lockhart absolutely dominate Osborne. So tell us about how you feel this grand final is going to unfold in the under 14s.
I think it'll be a close one. Lockhart's had some good wins, but Howlong's got a very good side in the 14. They'll probably go into the favourites. So, but once again, Lockhart, as I said, they've played well. Close game. Lockhart possibly might just sneak home here.
Well, I've got to say, Phil, in all my time covering Riverina sport, I don't think I've ever seen Osborne on the end of a bit of a shellacking here. This is not something you often see. So Lockhart go into this game with some pretty good stocks on them.
Yeah, they're good wins. So it's a bit like a racehorse. You've got to go on their form. So Lockhart's form's been good. A week off for how long and that sort of thing. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens.
Looking at the under 17 state of things, we had How Long getting a bit of a belting in the prelim last weekend. They lost to Brocklesby Burrumbuttock 62-9, which leaves us with a grand final that'll be played out between Henty and Brocklesby Burrumbuttock. Who do you like in this one, Phil?
Once again, with the horse analogy, I think Henty have been a very strong side all year. BB Saints have done it the hard way. They've played a few every final's been an elimination for them. So, but they've played some really good footy. They've got some good young kids playing, but just on form, I just think that Henty might be a little bit strong on that.
Brocklesby Burrumbuttock to make a granny from fourth position with How Long having had a pretty strong year. It's fairly impressive, you've got to say, right?
Yeah, good. It's good standard under 17 football. It's just a nice dry day. Ground's in good nick. It's a very good thing. So if you want to come out, love the game to watch, good skills. So if you want to come out and see some of the rising stars of the Hume League, that'd be the game to come and see.
All right, in the seconds, we had the preliminary final on the weekend between Holbrook and How Long. Holbrook taking this one out 83-35, which means that they go to the big dance against Osborne, who looks good here because Osborne, they love to get themselves into grand finals, and they had a very strong year. They were dominant all year long, so they'll have the favouritism tag. Can Holbrook pull off an upset?
I think they possibly can here. They were very lucky in the second semi-final, Osborne. Holbrook were pretty much dominated play for most of the day, then hit the lead with about 10 minutes to go and won by a couple of goals. So that was the sort of the game that got away for Holbrook a little bit. So just going back in that, I think they'll be smarting over that a little bit. So I think Holbrook might get up here.
There we have it. All right, well, let's focus in on the main grade, the A-grade side. This will be huge. The grand final happening tomorrow between Osborne and Holbrook in the seniors. It will be a huge game, Phil, and this comes off the back of a very big prelim which saw Holbrook fending off Ranwalbondry Waller in the end, 81-56. Do you reckon, though, that Holbrook might have already played their grand final, given that Osborne have had the week off and they've been so dominant all year long?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. This one, like Osborne have been the form side all year, probably and last year as well, but we showed in the grand final last year, Holbrook showed that, once you're in the grand final, it's anyone's game. So I think Osborne will be smarting after that. They said in the paper this week that they think about that a fair bit. Joel Mackey's last game as the coach of Osborne. He'd love to leave as a premiership coach, but Holbrook, they played well. They've had a little bit of a disruptive final series. They've had a few blokes going in and out. They had some of their better players out last week who will come in this week, but I just think possibly Osborne will get up here. They've been the dominant force all year. They've had a very settled side. They've got Eddie O'Connell's come back into the side. And I just think Osborne might be a little bit strong tomorrow. Well,
you told us at the start of this segment that the weather's looking good there at the moment. Are we expecting good conditions for the game tomorrow? And are we expecting a big turnout as well, Phil?
There'll be a big crowd, hopefully. So we've had a good final series. I think most of the gates have been up on the previous year. and let's take into account the small price increase we've had. And but I think it'll be great. Track the Wurrungberi ground people have worked very hard the last couple of weeks getting the ground nice and ready for the game. Poured a lot of water onto it, so there'll be no excuses from the ground side of view. And I think it'll be just a great game. And if anyone, actually, I might just quickly mention that if anyone can't make the game for any reason, for the first time ever, we'll have all of the 8 netball and 4 football sides will be telecast live with commentary on All In Sport. So this is just a fantastic thing for the league. So it doesn't matter where you are around the country. If you want to have a look at some good country football, or you've got an association with the Hume League, or you know someone playing in it, just drop onto the All In Sport and follow the link through to the Hume League. So every grade will be from the under-11s netball all up to the first grade football.
Yeah, do try and get out there though, folks. It'd be great, given that the conditions are good, to send off the league with a huge crowd. Well, Phil, it's probably a good time to just reflect on the finals football in the Riverina. So what have you made of it going into this week's grand final? Has it delivered?
It's delivered really well. So there's been a couple of one-sided games, but there's been some very good games across the grades. The netball's been very tight, so I just think it's been really leading up to a great day tomorrow. We've had great weather conditions, a lot drier than last year. It was as wet as anything over there last year. And this year it's a little bit the opposite. But as I said, the ground will be looking great. We've got great facilities. I think it'll be just a great day. So if you're interested in having a good look at a country football game, this is the one to come to.
Fantastic. Well, that is Phil Bouffler. He's the president of the Hume Football League, a regular correspondent here on the Flow Friday Sports Show. Phil, it's been great getting you on again. I'm not sure whether we'll speak to you again next week or not, but in the event that we don't, thank you so much for all your work throughout 2023. It's been a huge year, but I'm sure we will catch up with you again at some stage just to review the football scene there in the Riverina. That is the Hume Football League president, Phil Bouffler. Phil, enjoy the football on the weekend and all the best to you. Thanks a lot.
Mate, thanks very much. And just once again, I'd just really like to thank Flow FM for their support. Weekly segment. There's a lot of people come up and say, a lot of people talking to Wayne and Henny about it and how much they enjoy it. And it's just been really great. So we appreciate your support a lot.